Lead me by the hand and help me face the rising sun. Comfort me through all the pain that life may bring. There's no other hope that I can lean upon. Lead me, Lord, lead me all my life. Walk by me across the lonely roads that I may face. Take my arms and let your hand show me the way. Show the way to live inside your heart. All my days, all my life, you are my my feet. All the time, my Lord, I need you there. You are my light. I cannot live alone. Let me stay by your guiding love all through my life. Lead me, Lord. I'd rather go alone my way. Help me take the right direction. Take your road. Lead me, Lord, and never leave my side. All my days, all my life. Upon my feet all the time, my Lord, I need you there. I just cannot live alone. Let me stay by your guiding love all through my life, all through my days. So lead me, oh Lord.
Isang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, helas ng sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit kong pagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitindig, pakituwin at araw niya kailan pamay di magtitindig, luman ang araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo, ang hinigaya na pagkay mga api, at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
PRC ang lingkod ng bayan, patuloy na pagulad ang tanging angat sa tao at sa lipunan. Serbisyo ang misyon habang buhay, tekno-ekonomiko, pampulitikal at sosyo-kultural, ang akademiko pangkalusugan, at may moralidad na hinahangaan ang mundo. Profesionalismo at integridad, responsibilidad, sabay ang ililiyan, kahusay at kaalaman, taglay namin mga profesional. Profesionalismo at integridad, responsibilidad, sabay ang ililiyan, kahusay at kaalaman, taglay namin mga profesional. Kahusay at kaalaman, taglay namin mga profesional. Ipagunyi ang PRC.
Note: one room watcher per room only. Make yourself 100% sure to serve the exam. You cannot send replacements, especially if RT-PCR test is already conducted and your result is negative. If you are hesitant or with COVID-19 symptoms, please inform us 2 days before the conduct of RT-PCR test to give us enough time to find a replacement. We would like to inform you that we have a certificate of undertaking or waiver for you to sign so that if you already tested negative in your RT-PCR test, if you cannot serve as a room watcher, payment on the RT-PCR test must be paid by you. Documents to be submitted: accomplished personal data sheet, photocopy of college diploma and or transcript of records, photocopy of PRC ID if registered professional, and certificate of good moral character issued by barangay officer, NBI, police and barangay clearance. Prescribed dress codes for ladies. Allowed: dresses, blouses and skirts, blouses and slacks, t-shirt with collar. Leather or leather-like closed shoes, step-ins, sandal with heels. Not allowed: sleeveless, spaghetti strap, halter dresses, blouses, tight-fitting blouses, miniskirts, skinny denim, maong pants, t-shirt without collar, tokong pants, rubber shoes, and slippers. Prescribed dress code, gentlemen. Allowed: short polo barong, polo short, t-shirt with collar, leather or leather-like closed shoes. Not allowed: sando, t-shirt without collar, denim maong pants, walking shorts, rubber shoes, slippers and sandals. Requirement on the day of examination: valid identification or PRC ID or employee ID, certificate of assignment, wear face mask and face shield at all times, bring 70% ethyl alcohol for hand disinfection, wear gloves in handling the test questionnaires, bring your own meals, pre-packed meal for lunch, snack, and drinks. This is a sample certificate of assignment. Registration period 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. Report to the assigned test center on the day of the examination at 5:30 a.m. Breakfast allowance will be deducted if you arrive after 6:30 a.m. Present certificate of assignment and valid ID to the attendance supervisor. Comply strictly with the security measures. Surrender all communication and potential image capturing devices, example mobile phones, smartwatch, palm scanners, and the like to the floor supervisor. Correction fluid or snowflake staplers and staple wires are absolutely not allowed in the examination room. Obtain from the supply officer badge in plastic envelope that contains examination materials. Check room assignment with the room printed in the plastic envelope. Note: wear badge, face mask, and face shields at all times. Face mask and face shield will only be removed when taking meals, snacks, or drinks. Proceed immediately to your room assignment. Preparation at the room 6 a.m. to 6:15 a.m. Preparation at the room 6 a.m. to 6:15 a.m. Number 1. Arrange chairs into 3-row seating capacity. Number 2. Number the chairs from number 1 up to the last number following the seat plan guide. Arrange the examinee according to the seat plan. Examinee number 1 should sit on the first chair on your left-hand side. Write on the chalkboard the scheduled program of examination, name, grid, and other data needed to be filled out on the examinee's identification answer sheet. Admission of the examinees 6:15 a.m. to 7 a.m. Get the list of examinees, master list, inside your brown envelope. Only examinees in the list must be admitted to the examination room. If examinee is not in the list, refer to your floor supervisor. A sample of a master list. Welcome examinees with a smile. Admission of examinees in the room. First, ask for the examinee's notice of admission. Second, check identity of the examinee by matching picture pasted on the notice of admission with the actual physical image. Return NOA to the examinee. If comparison is negative, refer to the floor supervisor for possible case of misrepresentation. This is a sample of a notice of admission. Admission of examinees in the room. Ask and check for the examinee either of the following: RT-PCR, saliva negative test result, or certificate of 14 days quarantine completion, or complete vaccination card. Authentication, certification of complete vaccination card. On the COVID-19 RT-PCR test report, compare the name against the NOA. Only examinees with negative results shall be allowed to take the exam. Date of collection must be 3 to 5 days before the exam date. Date of specimen collection shall Note: only examinees who submitted either RT-PCR negative test result or 14 days home quarantine certificate or complete vaccination card are allowed to enter the room and take the exam. Refer and report to the floor supervisor examinees who are not able to submit either of the three. Admission of examinee in the room. If examinee is not wearing the prescribed dress code, he or she shall still be admitted, but advise him or her to be in uniform or white t-shirt or blouse in case he or she failed and decide to take the examination again. Direct examinee to her assigned seat. Recheck whether the examinees are properly seated according to their assigned seat number by doing a roll call using a master list or seat plan. Recheck identities of the examinees by comparing the examinees' actual physical images with their pictures on the permanent examination and registration record card or seat plan to ensure that no misrepresentation is perpetrated. Note: be on guard against imposters. This is a sample of the Permanent Examination and Registration Record Card or PERC. This is a sample seat plan. Require the examinees to put their bags outside the room. The following are the only items allowed to bring inside the room: pencil and ball pen, notice of admission, sharpener, allowed non-programmable calculator, plastic and brown envelopes, pre-packed meals and snacks. Documentation: 7 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. Instruct examinees to get their brown envelopes and do the following: print their names on the upper left corner and room and seat number on the upper right corner using a black ball pen. Count and check the number of examinees' ID answer sheet sets allocated to the room. Jot down the first serial number of the first set and the last serial number of the last set of the ID answer sheet in the room watcher's report form. Distribute ID answer sheet sets individually to the examinees and instruct them to check the serial number and the number of pages of the set. If there are discrepancies, replace with a new set. Do not leave the ID answer sheet sets on the vacant chairs. Instruct examinees to fill out ID sheets, front and back page. Require them to insert their own brown envelope in between their ID answer sheets to avoid impression on the next page. Printing of the letter per box using black ball pen. Shade with pencil and corresponding letters, numbers below. Note: remind examinees that the serial number are not their examination application number. Please base the application number written in the master list. While the examinees are filling out ID sheets, pass around the seat plan and instruct them to accomplish the form. Go around and check if proper shading is observed by each examinee. After filling out the ID sheets, instruct the examinee not to detach the answer sheets right away. Wait for instruction when to detach. At least 15 minutes before the arrival of test booklets, instruct the examinees to go to the restroom to attend to their personal needs. The notice of admission, official receipt, and other valuables are to be placed inside their plastic envelope. Demonstrate how to detach the answer sheet and fill out data. Always remind examinees to detach the answer sheet at the bottom page of their ID/answer sheet sets. Go around and check if answer sheets were properly detached and filled out. Remind examinees to always place answer sheets on the top of their armchairs and not on vacant chair or under the chair. Place the remaining sheets under their brown envelopes. Collect the brown envelopes of the examinees whose names are written at the upper left side corner of the envelope and their assigned seat number at the upper right side corner and arrange them numerically. Check the calculators if non-programmable and are included in the list of allowed non-programmable calculators. Refer to Memorandum Circular Number 2009-21, October 28, 2009. Updated list of non-programmable calculators allowed to be used in licensure examinations. Do the checking twice before and during the examination. Courteously request examinee to stand up, pull out their pockets and socks, and tuck in their shirts to check If there are cell phones or códigos hidden inside, confiscate the exposed or hidden prohibited items. Note, this must be done in all subjects. All bottled mineral water, biscuit, packed lunch, or baons can be placed beside their seat provided these items are exposed. While waiting for the test booklets, lead or let one of the examinees prepare for the prayer. Note, after the start of the examination, going to the restroom is not allowed except for illness, medical reasons. In external cases, example palpitation, dizziness, or sudden illness where a physician is needed, examinees may be allowed to go out and shall be escorted by the room watcher with the permission of the building and floor supervisors. Be sure that their pockets are emptied and they are not allowed to bring any piece of paper, pencils, or ball pens when they are out. If the examinee is manifesting symptoms of COVID-19 during the exam, the room watcher shall immediately notify the floor supervisor, who in turn takes the examinee to the isolation room and coordinate with the building supervisor. The building supervisor shall refer the concerned examinee to the on-site medical personnel or on-call physician for assessment. Examination proper 7:45 a.m. to 8 a.m. Upon receipt of the test booklet sets, get the test booklet serial number accountability report form on top of the bundle. Carefully count the number of test booklets received. It must be the same as indicated in the test booklet serial number accountability report form. Announce the time started and the time to finish the examination. Remind the examinees that they can use the test booklet as their scratch papers, computation sheets, but they must not detach any page. Note, if there is delay in the time started, the period of examination shall be adjusted accordingly. Examinees arriving late after the start of the examination shall not be admitted pursuant to Resolution Number 2008-417, Series 2008. Refer them to your floor supervisor. Distribute the test booklets alternately, Set A and Set B, to the examinees. Always start giving Set A test booklet to seat number 1 examinee, followed by Set B test booklet to seat number 2, and so on. The distribution guide must be strictly followed. Instruct the examinee to count the number of pages of test booklets and check for misprints or missing pages. If there are reported misprints or missing pages, the examinee must report immediately to the room watcher. In turn, the room watcher should report to the floor supervisor and then the building supervisor for replacement. The room watcher's report form should be accomplished immediately. This shall be noted in the form prescribed for the floor supervisor. If there are no misprints or missing pages, instruct examinees to print seat number on test booklet and shade set box A or B on answer sheet using pencil. Go around and check if the shaded set box on answer sheet is the same with its set printed on test booklet. Submit excess text booklet to the floor supervisor immediately. List the names of examinees that are late or absent in the room watcher's report. Progress of the examination. First subject 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Check again the identities of the examinees by comparing pictures on the PERCC seat plan with the face of the examinee individually and affix the signature and date on the PERCC seat plan. If the examinee is absent, print absent beside the picture and affix your signature. Do this first hour of the examination. Fill out examinee's record of attendance legibly and staple it together with seat plan and list of examinees. Important: this form must be accomplished by the examinees and room watchers. All examinees are required to sign. Indicate the time he/she submitted the test paper, the set A or B received and used in the examination, and the number of pages returned under the subject taken. For complete examination, the word abandoned should be written by the watcher opposite to the name of the examinees under the subject he/she failed to take. For removal examination, the examinee should write the word passed after his/her signature under the subject he/she previously passed. Arrange all brown envelopes collected from the examinees. The total number must tally with the number of examinees present. Check if EID sheets were properly accomplished. If not, advise examinee to finish filling out the EID after the end of the subject. Be vigilant. Observe unnecessary movements, sign, and body language that insinuate cheating in all forms. Should there be any, refer to the floor supervisor for appropriate action. If the examinee is caught cheating or with códigos or with cellular phone, do the following. Confiscate the material. Let the examinee sign his/her name on it and write the name of the examination, date, subject, school building, room, and seat number. Allow the examinee to continue answering the examination, but he or she cannot take the succeeding subjects. Inform the floor supervisor and make a written report. Indicate that this incident also on the room watcher's report form. If there are questionable test items raised by the examinee, do not make any interpretation or assumption. Instead, refer the problem to your floor supervisor. Do not distract examinees. Position yourselves at separate places in the room to check movements of examinees. Room watchers shall remind the examinees the remaining time of answering the test questionnaire. Submission of answer sheets. First subject. Receive the answer sheets and test booklet for the first subject from the examinees. Count the number of pages of test booklet and make sure it is complete. Require them to sign the examinee's record of attendance. Indicate the time of submission and test and the set of test booklet answered. Advise the examinee to return to his assigned seat or chair. Sign the notice of admission after you receive the answer sheet and test booklet from the examinee and return the NOA to the examinee. Do not read or screen the test booklets and answer sheets when submitted. Put the answer sheets immediately inside the brown envelope given by the floor supervisor until the last examinee has submitted his or her answer sheet. Do not return the examinee's cell phone during the breaks. It must be returned at the end of the last subject of the day. Be vigilant during the submission of answer sheets and test booklet. Room watchers will be held responsible and accountable for missing answer sheets, test booklets, pages of test booklets. After all examinees have submitted their test booklet and answer sheet, room watchers will count again the test booklet and answer sheet they received. Make sure it is complete. It must tally with the number of examinees present or who actually took the exam. All set A's must be on top followed by set B's. Place all answer sheets inside a brown envelope provided by the floor supervisor. Put the test booklet with accountability form per subject on top inside the plastic bag. Wrap it with rubber band. Submit all first subject answer sheet and test booklet to your floor supervisor, then return immediately to your assigned room. The steps for the remaining subjects. Collection of informed consent on health declaration forms done on the second subject of the examination. Room watchers shall collect from the examinees the duly accomplished informed consent form, health declaration form, negative RT-PCR test result, quarantine certification, or vac certificate. Check the forms if properly accomplished and place it in the brown envelope provided by the floor supervisor. Submit it to the floor supervisor. Collection of ID sheets and other examination form reports, done on the last subject. When all the examinees are answering the last subject, the room watcher shall detach the remaining ID sheets. See to it that all ID sheets are properly accomplished, and the total count must tally with the number of examinees present. Put it inside a brown envelope given by the floor supervisor. Affix signatures over the printed names on the envelope. Count or tally and bundle the perks with the cover form properly signed. Accomplish the room watcher's report form. Accomplish the TQ sets cover accountability form per subject. Submit to the floor supervisor, then return to your assigned room. Submit all except your test question sets cover accountability form per subject and examinee's record of attendance. Submission of answer sheets for last subject. Do the procedure started in the submission of answer sheets in the first subject. Submit the following to the floor supervisor. Answer sheets placed in the envelope. Test booklet with test booklet accountability form at the top. Examinee's record of attendance. Check the room before leaving for any personal things left behind with examinees. If there are, turn it over to your floor or building supervisor. Important do's and don'ts. The following shall be strictly observed. Be prompt and punctual. Dress properly according to the prescribed dress code. Observe proper decorum at all times. Cellular phones, radios, iPod, PSP, and all communication and potential image capturing devices like palm scanners are strictly prohibited. Reading newspapers and the like, sleeping, talking, standing by the door, going out of the room while the examination is in progress are strictly prohibited. Avoid familiarity with examinees. Do not copy names, addresses, or examinees for any purpose. Intimacy is strictly prohibited. Do not give conflicting instructions to the examinees that might confuse them. If you're not sure of the procedures, consult your floor supervisor. Do not tolerate examinees talking with each other while the examination is in progress. Do not make interpretation of the test questions. If there are boxes left unanswered by the examinee, do not make any marking on the answer sheet. Do not rush the examinees. Let them finish the examination according to the time allotted. Answering the test questions to test yourself or make copies of the test questions are absolutely prohibited. Room watchers or proctors must not leave the room for personal need without the permission of the floor supervisor or building supervisor. Do not tolerate cheating. If an examinee is caught cheating or with códigos, refer to the action to be taken on page 14, number 7. If you cannot report on the day of the examination, do not send a replacement. Call ahead of time at least 7 days before the examination. Bring your own pre-packed meal. You are not allowed to leave your assigned room and eat with other room watchers in another rooms. Wear face mask and face shield all the time. Maintain physical distancing. Common errors violations reported due to failure of the room watchers to perform their duties and responsibilities. The following shall be strictly prevented. Examinees did not write the title of the subject on their answer sheets. Examinees marked shaded box A instead of B or vice versa on their answer sheets. Examinees wrote names on the box for subject on their answer sheets. Examinees have 2 ID answer sheet sets due to wrong distribution of their brown envelopes. Dangling cases. Wrong distribution of test booklet sets did not maintain the ideal alternate distribution. Examinees were caught with cell phones during the progress of examination. Examinees did not mark shade box A or B on their answer sheets. Be vigilant at all times.